an Egyptian bronze kopech, to a Roman gladius, to a medieval Scottish arming sword, to a cutlass, a medieval longsword, obviously in no historical order, and this is actually Kara's, but it's still there, a Chinese Dao. So there's a lot of stuff, and the reason for that is that I just appreciate quite a large variety of different designs. My unobtainable collecting goal would be to own one of every type. Well, almost. There are a few which I really am not interested in, but generally you can imagine it would require absurd amounts of money and storage space, so not gonna happen. So I really cannot pinpoint it to just one particular sword as my single favorite, but I can tell you about some of my favorites in plural. One of the first things that come to mind is something that I've lamented before, the fact that I sold a claymore made by Arms and Armor that I used to own, for which I still keep beating myself up. It was extremely nice. I really enjoyed it. Well, you do see the recurring theme here. It also has a very similar guard. I'm generally fond of this kind of upswept guard. There's nothing wrong with a straight guard, it works just fine, but I just find this more aesthetically pleasing. Another one which is very high on my list, which I really need to add to my collection, is the Messer, and similarly the Swiss Saber. I find that to be a very intriguing design, mainly because of its effectiveness. The nice thing about it is that you have the cutting power from a curved blade, which is not necessarily all that much better than a straight blade, by the way, but yeah, potentially it can cut a little better. And at the same time you have the cross guard, which not only protects your hands, but which you can also strike with, and it also has rings at the side, or in case of the Messer, what was called a nail back in the day, which protrudes to the side and also gives you protection for the hand. That is very practical. I definitely like that. When it comes to curved swords, what I also like is an overall S shape, as you would see in a Shamshir, and